Nexxlegacy.
Fenty Beauty by Rihanna was created with the promise of inclusion for everyone, with an unmatched offering of shades and colors for all skin tones. You'll never look elsewhere for your beauty staples. Danaya Azure Radio is now sponsored by Fenty Beauty. Browse their foundation line, lip colors, and so much more. All you have to do is go to www.danayaazure.com. That's www.danayaazure.com. And click on the link that says Nexxlegacy Fenty.
Nexxlegacy.
What up, y'all? This PBE Messico, and you are now tuned in to Danaya Azure Radio.
Hello, PBE Messico. How are you?
I'm good. I'm chilling, getting my morning started, bright and early. This early for me, 11 o'clock is early.
Yes, and to see you, Jay Hollins, which is Mr. Amazing singer, songwriter, producer, lyricist. I mean, so many titles.
Yeah,
with you.
That's what they say.
So, how long have you been doing music?
Doing music, I've been seriously doing music since I was about 16 as far as recording, 16, 15, just writing and recording. I started putting stuff out at like 19 or 18. But I've been around music my whole life, like literally. So I can't really never give a real age when people ask me that question, because I grew up around my dad. So it's been in my face my whole, like, since an infant.
I remember because he had a record when he was talking about, he was like, man, my kid can really sing. And it was just really dope to now see you performing.
Yeah. It's come full circle. It's full circle moment for sure.
Most definitely. So what kind of music do you focus on?
I don't really focus on a certain type of subgenre of hip hop. I just make music, if that makes sense. I just make what I feel. That's really it. I do what I want with my music.
I love it.
Necessarily drill heavy, bar heavy, fun heavy. It's all a mixture. It's a good balance, like everything.
I just always tell him, focus on being an artist. Like, yeah, you rap well, but focus on being an artist, because this is supposed to be fun. You do this to get away from the madness, not to stay attached to it,
Yes.
When he put it like that, it made a lot of sense for me, and it gave me a new way of approaching my music, because it helped me kind of turn music into a little bit more of an escape than like merging it with my reality, which is what I used to do. Like, it would just, with the music I used to make, would only heighten what I have going on outside of music, or it would play into that. Now I just make music, and my music is my music, and I can live my life separate away from that. And it like, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. What do you think makes you stand out above a lot of Chicago artists?
I'm not making drill all the time. I'm not. That's not even really what I'm dropping. Like, I haven't even shot a video for the drill song that's on my tape. That's really what separates me the most. I think that's the thing that you can see out front through the gate, is that I don't make. That's not like the forefront. Drill ain't the forefront of what I'm doing. Or beefing with people ain't the forefront of what I'm doing. I ain't talking down on that. You feel me? Till you stay on, but I feel like that's what separates me.
What do you think, aside from obviously your father, what do you think helped you to stay out of that lane so that way you don't get put in that pocket?
My father.
That's it. Because he was in that lane.
Literally, that's not, like I said, like, the music I was making would literally play into what I was doing, and you feel me? I was part of that scene, and I still am. I'm still, but I'm doing what I want to. I'm still in those spaces, but I do what I want, and I'm making the music I make. I'm not letting what other people think or what I'm going through dictate music I'm making.
So who are some of the artists that you look up to?
That I look up to, as far as right now or just in general.
In general.
I grew up listening to like Bump J and Sly Polaroid, LEP Bogus Boys, like people from the city that was rapping G Count, Mickey. My pops, like just I was really, like I said, I was around it. Juice, I was around it, so it's really just people that I would see all the time that I would really look up to. I mean, the mainstream people, they nice and stuff, but that's really who I'm naming the people that made me want to get up and rap.
And that's what's so important, because you don't necessarily have to be quote unquote mainstream in order to be making a mark.
No, for real. Like I remember being a shorty, but between my pops and the block bleeders, what they was doing at the time, and then all of they ran this whole city before Keith and them dropped. This city was their shit. Like this was theirs. Like I watched it, so that's where I get my inspiration from.
Definitely. So what was the first song that you ever wrote, and what was it about?
Damn. My first song I ever wrote, I was about 15. I vaguely remember it. I don't even remember what it was about like that, but it was more like a J. Cole type. I think it was like a J. Cole type beat. And I had wrote a rap to it. I really don't remember. I think at that time I was just talking about like kid shit, like just what I was doing. Not necessarily like all kid shit, but just what I was doing. I really can't think off the top of my head of what I made it about, but it was definitely like a J. Cole-esque type of song where I'm just super barred up rapping, boom bap. It was one of those.
If you could change one thing about the Chicago music scene, what would it be?
If I could change one thing about the Chicago music scene, I would change I would spread the light a little bit more, because a lot of the light is just shed on the drill scene, and there's so many dope artists out here that aren't doing that. So not to take away from the drill scene, but I'd like to spread you feel me, spread the love, like shed light on all the other artists that ain't doing that, but that are really fucking talented, you know, that are really doing something in the city, trying to make something shake.
Exactly. And that's the main thing that I want to do with Danaya Azure Radio, is make sure that the artists that aren't getting the shine, that are amazing like yourself, are getting more of a light on them, because I think that has been the problem. Like I know when I would talk to people from the cities, the first thing they mentioned was our drill scene, and I was like, we have hip hop, we have blues, we have jazz, we have rock. Why is it the first thing that comes to your head?
Yeah, bro. Like, you still got artists like Mick Jenkins and No Name and stuff like that. And there's people under them,
Yes.
and they making a little bit of noise, but it's like when you go look at mainstream what Chicago's portrayed as, is where they're not. You would never know that there's artists like that come from this same city, because of how bad they paint the city.
And it's so crazy because they consistently paint the city in a terrible light. And it's sad. It's like, okay, so if you want to have, anti-violence, records, then stop playing the violent records.
Entertainment is much like the news. If it bleeds, it leads. You know what I mean? And so, like, my thing is, it's always going to be popularized, but you just got to know to, like, man, offer people alternative, because there's a lot of people, like I tell people all the time, I said, listen, Kanye and 50 existed in the same space, and they both did hella numbers. So it's all possible. That's for those people, this for these people.
No, yeah, for sure. Like where I come from with my music, I'm really making music for both. To be honest, like when you hear my music, I'm talking about all the same shit you would hear in a drill song, but I'm giving it a real perspective. Like, damn, like I might have fucked up here. This is how this situation made me feel. Like, stuff that people don't talk about. I'm not on my records trying to be the super tough guy. I'm on my records telling you the life I used to lead and telling you how that shit made me feel, why I am the way I am today. I'm not over here trying to be the biggest and baddest, you feel me? That's just, and I could have went that route, but it just didn't make sense to me. I want to be me and my music.
No, he couldn't have went that route. We wasn't doing it. So, but it was,
as far as
I always liken, and not to just put these guys up there because, the Nas's, the Jay-Z's, even the Mickey Halsteds and the G Counts of the world, they told what they told with a sense of melancholy, right? It was because a lot of guys get on these type of records and make themselves sound like superheroes, and it's so it's exciting to these kids. But when you heard Mick rap, Mick would talk about it, but Mick would also give you the other side of it. Count would talk about it. Count would give you the other side of it. It's this was, man, we was getting to a bag out here, but then here's the flip side. The police was kicking our doors down and, that type of thing. So that was always, you can do this, but then there's this other side. And a lot of guys talk about certain things and it makes kids think that they superheroes. But when you gone, you gone. Ain't no coming back. Death is final.
I just want to give my music a sense of realism, and it's not even that I have to give it that. I just tell my story in the way it happened. Literally. Right. And I'm not over here trying to act like, oh, I ain't never going to jail and that shit not real, bro. This real life. You can die out here. you feel me? You get football numbers in that bitch and be over with. Come home when you 50. One of my uncles just came home. How old that nigga is, Pop?
We the same age. I put like this. The last time we saw each other, we were 26. We just saw each other again at 48.
My goodness.
That was my first time meeting him. He been booked since I've been born.
Yep. He went in the year before he was born.
So it's just shit that people don't talk about. And I'm not, and in my music, I ain't being preached. I ain't gonna tell you don't do that shit. You make your decision, bro. Cause I went and did. I had that shit in my face. I had my dad in my ear telling me no, and I still went and did it. So you got to make your own decisions. But I ain't finna lie to you. That's not what I'm finna do. I ain't finna lie to you. I ain't gonna make it sound good to you.
Right, and that's the biggest thing I think, and I wish more artists would do that. It's like yeah, you did, you had the cars and the girls and the whatever, but when you got locked up, where all this stuff gone, you don't have it no more, and now you're talking about what you used to do.
Yeah.
DLC is a motherfucking county slap.
Look, I was telling folks, I said, listen, I was just having a debate with someone and they was like, yeah, but Jay-Z made Dead Presidents. I said, he also made The Life too, the Allure rather. It was but I never felt more alive than riding shotgun in class Green 5 until the cops pull guns. You know what I mean? And it was oh shit, wait a minute. You know what I mean? So it's yeah, 1 minute you on top of the mountain, next thing you know, you surrounded by 12 cops with guns in your face. So that's the other side of it.
Right, that part. What I'm saying? And I think that's where that's always my issue when it comes to drill, because I'm sitting y'all sitting up in the hair, with guns in the videos, and I'm just what are y'all doing? I'm y'all are not only are you making the city look horrible, now look where you are now.
But you know what? Here's the thing. I didn't even have a problem with that, but now everybody's doing it. Exactly. Everybody is doing it. I got a homie that manages a young artist. She's a spitter, his age. And the first video I saw, she had a gun, and I called him. I said, yo, don't ever do that to her again. I'm she's too talented for that. I'm because here's always my thing, right? If there is 50 artists and all 50 of them are pointing guns at the camera, what's special about you?
Exactly.
I get lost after number 5. I'm lost, and I've seen it all already.
Exactly.
You lying. You wouldn't even be going that deep into it. Nigga watch too.
But I told you, me and your mom watched 25 straight Chicago rapper videos, and it was the same thing. They all either outside with guns, or they in their grandma's living room with guns, or they on the back porch with guns, or they in the alley with guns, or they in a car with guns. You know what I mean? It's like, yo, do something else. And this is why we go out of our way to make your visuals look different. You know,
Yes.
we recreating certain things because, you know, it's like, nah, like, man, this is artistry. We got to bring the art back to it.
The reason I say I'm still around it, that's just not me. That's not what I'm gonna do with what I'm gonna choose to do with my music. Is like he still be on my ass about shit like that. Like literally, I swear to God. Right now, you probably think I'm all straight in that. Nope. He'll be on my ass about shit.
Nah, and like he out my house, he live on his own, everything, right? But I'm like, you know, if I see some shit, if his phone ring and he know it's me and he know he did it, he already know I'm on his ass, right? Because my thing is like, I'm always like, listen, I don't care about what's going on around you, man. My heart go out to them guys. Like, you my problem until I die. I don't give a damn how grown you get or how long you been out of my house. Until I take my last breath, you my damn problem. You know what I mean? Like, whether you want to be or not. So, and that's just how this shit work. You know, people be like, when your kid 18 or 21, listen, I leaned on my mama until she wasn't here no more. You know, I mean, she didn't pay my bills and nothing like that. All my bills were, but like, listen, when I needed somebody, that was who I went to.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, full well, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, it's just one of them things to where like I'm just trying to push him to be the greatest artist he can be. Not be like nobody else, but it's like, yo, you have a talent. You know what I mean? Like you can rap your ass off and you can sing, which we haven't really revealed to anybody yet, but like everybody's asking the last song on his project. Shout out to DJ Ferris because he hosted it. The last song on his project, they like, wait, we know that you're doing the backgrounds, but who is that singing? I said, that's him. They're like, wait, what? I said, no, that's him. So I said, no, he was like, I said, yeah, he chose to rap, but he can sing too.
Oh, I remember. Like I was talking about earlier. I remember listening to the theme.
Yeah.
That
Yeah. Yeah.
Like this kid can really sing, and so I'm excited to hear that piece of it too. So
yeah, it's just coming down the pipeline somewhere. We don't know exactly where it is, but it's coming.
Yeah.
Well, y'all definitely
coming.
Yeah, let me know because y'all definitely got to come back when you get to the singing piece because I
already. Yeah. Oh yeah, we just getting started. Like this is literally this project is his first outing. Is the very first. You know. And as you know, with this, it's consistency because I tell people all the time, like, man, it's literally 60,000 albums that drop every week now because everybody thinks they're a rapper because of the internet. Remember, it just used to be like 300 albums a month. Yeah. It's literally 60,000 right now, right? So you got to, and then we're going to say, honestly, really about 50,000 of them shits ain't nobody paying attention to because they awful.
Right.
Right. So now, you got to race ahead. And I tell people, you don't even have to race ahead of that. You just got to build your audience. And that's what we're doing with advertising, with merchandising and everything like that. And it's just, fortunately, I've taken all the bumps and bruises and I know where the trapdoors is. So I try to steer him away from them, you know?
Exactly. And that's the biggest thing about it. It's about making sure that you stand out.
Mm-hmm.
And the way that you stand out is being a good artist and also being a good person. And when you're going to shows, stay the entire time if you can, because you can build relationships that you wouldn't normally build.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. And unless it's hooligans and you see it going a certain way.
Yeah,
unless you see it going a certain way, be like, all right, y'all, pack it up. It's time to go because this shit finna get shot up in about an hour. It's time to go.
Right. Yeah, try to stay from those shows as much as you can, period. But for traditional shows, I always say, I always go early and stay late because that's how you build relationships.
Absolutely.
Collaborations, and you might even get other shows, all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
and you legit have one of the best people in your corner, because Jay Holland's tearing down at every single show that I've seen him at.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I tried. I'm retired now though, so it's all about him. I'm good. I'm retired. I'm chilling, man. Like, why jump around on stage when he can do that and he want to do that? I just want to count money, drink whiskey, and smoke cigars. That's all I want to do.
I love it.
That's it.
Yeah. We definitely have Jay Holland's music in rotation on Danaya Azure Radio for sure. And now we're gonna have PBE Messi's music on Danaya Azure Radio. So, how did you choose your stage name, by the way?
I was going viral on Facebook.
Okay.
For dancing to some Mexican music and singing that shit word for word. I was singing in La Puerta Negra and Orange Juice. It was like 3 a.m. I'm like 15. Post that shit. That shit got like 300,000 views. And then I reposted it. It got another 300,000. Like, that shit was going crazy. So then I changed my name on Facebook to Mexico. And then it stuck. I was still in school. People in school started calling me that shit. It just stuck after that. It just stuck. And then PBE stands for Problem Baby ENT. I used to sell hoodies and stuff, or I tried when I was in high school.
Oh, that's awesome! So you've always been an entrepreneur as well. Good.
Well, let's not leave out the fact that he actually Mexican as well. So,
yes,
I was just
about to get into that.
So people ain't really no flogging with that, because I always tell him, I'm like, you can't forget to mention that, because what you don't want to do is make people think you out here flogging and this black dude claiming to be Mexican just because he sang some. No, his mama is first generation born here. He got The boy got family in El Monte, South El Monte, and East Los Angeles. You know what I mean? And El Paso and Juarez. You know what I mean? Chihuahua. San Luis Potosí, everywhere. So yeah, he Mexican for real.
Oh no, I was actually just gonna get into the fact that he's Afro Latino, and how much has how has that been growing up? What have been the challenges you've had to overcome dealing with that?
It was kind of like at first, like just being in new spaces, like especially when I got to high school. At first, it was like I wasn't black enough for the black kids or Mexican enough for the Mexican kids. And then as I got older, I just made certain friends, and that's just who my homies is today. Like, bro, people that really don't care. Bro, I don't really like. I'm sure there's people that I'll run into that probably still move like that and still say something goofy like that. But as far as the people I have around me, I haven't heard that nothing crazy in years, just because of who I have around. So,
that's awesome. Because you got the best of both worlds. You speak English and Spanish. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's always dope.
But I think that's like, I'm from up north, so the people it was always the older kids that was saying that. Bro, the people that I was actually growing up with, we all grew up with each other. Like, up north is crazy. Like,
I know.
I know, she from up there. She from up there. So, yeah. She's the north sider.
Oh, bro, it's African people, Indian people. It's all type of people. Like all living amongst each other. Black, Asian, like everybody. Like, so I don't think it's like a thing up north.
But you know what's dope for both of y'all that I didn't even experience growing up out west and southwest? Like, everything is so segregated. But when you grow up north, even in the 90s and the early 2000s, everything was so damn diverse. So you would see a black girl with a white girl, with a Serbian girl, with an Indian girl, with a Latina, with like, and they were just all the best of friends, and it didn't matter. And everybody from out south and out west would look at them and be completely weirded out. So that's an experience that you two guys have that I don't even have. I didn't make my friends from other ethnicities until really like college. You know what I mean? And you guys grew up like that.
Well, definitely. And I think and I know that has shaped me specifically, because I grew up, so like when you grew up, it was like the area that I was in, it started off predominantly Caucasian and then it went to predominantly Mexican left. So yes, I get it. You know, it's great to be diverse. The teachers I dealt with, that was a whole other situation, but
oh yeah, the teachers, that didn't stop them from being, because most of the teachers up here are still predominantly white. So
yeah.
They would be in there tweaking.
Oh, they hated him, and they hated me even more.
Well, I remember because you would post some stuff. I'm like, oh Lord, don't kill us, teacher.
No, you know, here's the thing. A lot of these, and not to get off subject, but I'm gonna just say this really quick, right? A lot of what's in this school is feminist white women and very angry Black women, and they like to try to buck break boys with fathers, right? And I was not going. I told them, I said, I know what you're trying to do, but you're not gonna buck break my son, because he ain't raised that way. I said he gonna keep his head up every time he walk in your room and his chest out, and like whatever you do to try to break him, he gonna tell me, and you gonna have to see me about it, and then we'll go from there.
Yes. And it is so important to have parents like that. But some of the mess I see now, I'm glad I don't have kids, because I would be ready to shame people. I mean, let's be clear. They have some schools right now that have, had the slavery experience. I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, we'd have been, when I saw that, oh yeah, they had these Black kids dressed as slaves. Did you hear about that?
No,
they had the Black kids dressed as slaves. And I was like, man, listen, I said, y'all talking? We done went up there mobbed up and just tore that bitch up. I swear to God. I was like, and they was like, they doing too much talking for me.
I'm absolutely for it, because I know when I was in school, I was adamant. They tried to have a seat. I'm aside. My mom was like, no, you want my 13-year-old child to go to an R-rated movie? Absolutely not. As a matter of fact, none of y'all are going.
Yo, like when I saw them reasoning with these people, I'm like, man, y'all got to steal on somebody. Y'all got to get y'all point across. I'm like, listen, because when I went up there, I'd have told my wife, like, hey, get the bail money ready, because I'm going up the first month. Oh yeah, we just wanted to mop. That would have been it. Like, I'm not. No,
absolutely not. And it is so important for parents to speak up when something's wrong. Because what happens is that a lot of these kids don't feel like they can go to their parents, so they'll just accept anything because the teacher said that they're supposed to do that, or the principal said they have to do this. No, I was not going. I was definitely that one.
Yeah, but y'all, for y'all, like I said, y'all got a very unique experience that those of us who grew up on the South and West sides do not have, and like I envied that, because like y'all grew up so diverse. Like even him through elementary school, his group of friends was so diverse. You know what I mean? And I think that is just as important as also knowing who you are. But people take the importance off that, but that's very important. You know what I mean? Because most of us have more in common than we have differences. So
yes, and it's good that he was able to grow up with that and to see that Chicago is way more than what they put on TV.
Oh, absolutely. Boy, they got everybody thinking we live in Beirut. Everybody think we live in real life GTA or Call of Duty, right?
It's so crazy. Like, I hate the term Chirac. I was like, do y'all even know where that came from? That literally came from organizers. And this is most people that don't know this. So the term Chirac came from the fact of organizers. We were trying to get funding for Chicago because we knew they were throwing billions of dollars in Iraq. And so we're like, oh, we got Chirac right here. Come give us the money so we can get our city together.
Yeah, but the youngest done took it and ran with it, so we just got to let that shit play out until it die, man.
I was so mad. I was like, no.
Like, literally, when we be out of town, you're like, where you from? You'd be like, I'm from the rack. Oh, you from the rack? That's what they call it everywhere. It don't matter if you're on the East Coast, West Coast, down South. And I cringe, but I'm like, I gotta let them have it. I understand I'm a dinosaur. I hate that shit too, but I we gotta let them have it, man. Like, we had our shit, but like that's what they identify. When they say the rack, they instantly know where he's from. And I'm like, damn, y'all just took the shot out of it. It's just the rack now? What the fuck? Like, are you serious? We can't even be Chicago. We can't be shot, nothing? Yeah, it's annoying, but hey, listen, I fight the battles I can win,
Right. It's all good. It's all good because Chicago has so many incredible pieces to it, and so I'm happy to highlight what we're doing in Chicago with our artists and with the businesses and all of that. So I'm excited that you're an entrepreneur. I'm excited for your new music.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
The music, the merch. Don't forget the merch. The store will be live tomorrow at noon. So get all your PBE Messico merch, t-shirts, hoodies, bandanas, headbands. We probably gonna release the sweatpants to go with the hoodies in the fall. We'll have like the little, tight, well-fitted joints for the women, and we'll have some joints for the men too. I always have to remember to do stuff for men because I don't give a damn if men don't ever get nothing because we do everything we do for the ladies. I mean, like, but people got to remind me, oh, he doing rap. Me doing R&B. I ain't give a damn about dudes at all. Man, when you gonna do something for us? I don't care about y'all. You know what I mean? But I have to remember. So yeah, but we got hoodies, t-shirts, bandanas, and headbands right now. The store will be live tomorrow, and we got orders. I just did the first run and shipped them, and I mean they came out phenomenal. We also have toddler sizes as well. So if you want your daughter or your son and some PBE Mexico t-shirts or hoodies, we got them too. You know what I'm saying? We gotta, hey, we love the kids. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So you gotta put on for the kids, but like the music, shout out to DJ Ferris, Purple Heart Tape, hosted by DJ Ferris, everywhere, all DSPs.
That's what's up. It's a best go down. I'm super, super excited. I'm very, very proud of you. I can't wait to see all the new things that are coming your way. So if you could collaborate with anyone, living or dead, who would it be and why?
Living or dead?
Mm-hmm.
Big Punch, right? Because he funny as hell when he rap. Like, he be so funny. He raw as hell. Let's see if I can keep up with him. Bro.
Awesome.
Pun don't get his due.
No.
But he was nice. Pun was nice.
Amazing.
I'll rap with Pun.
Yes, he has some serious bars for sure.
He be making, like, his songs, like, even the songs where he is super rapping, like, them songs, like, real songs, they sound good and everything. Like, they don't sound like throwaways.
Right. Exactly. And I think that's what I wish more artists would do now when it comes to the albums, is have more records, because a lot of things sound like fillers.
Less
fillers, more records.
They have 20 songs on their album and stuff.
More killer, less filler.
Right. Absolutely. So when everything is said and done, what do you want your legacy to be?
I'm trying to be one of the best, if not the best. So the work don't never stop, man. Y'all, hey, bro.
I love it. Yes, yes, yes. So excited for everything that you have coming up. You guys will be hearing PBE Mexico music in rotation right here at Danaya's Radio, powered by Nexxlegacy. So go ahead and tell everybody where they can find you, follow you, and most importantly, book you.
They can find me at PBE Messico. That's PBE Messico. 2 S's instead of an X on all socials. Y'all can go get that tape on all DSPs. And what was the last one?
Booking me, J_Hollins. Just click the link in the bio. If you click his link, there's a tab there that say bookings. Click that. It'll bring you directly to me. So if you want to book him for anything, yeah, like I said, you hit him up. It's the same link in his bio on his socials. You click that, hit the booking tab. It leads directly to me.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Jay Hollins. Thank you so much, PBE Mexico. So proud of you. So excited to see what you're going to do in the future.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely.
Boom.
I've been reading the book of Ra. College ain't higher learning. I spit so hot it melt gold like Midas burning. Ain't got a job but I'm paid. Mama say it's concerning, but life's a lottery. I'ma spin the wheel like I'm turning. But that's just me. I be laid back like a mattress be, a hair under wave caps. I don't respect OGs in my city. They busy trying to be young like me, and I pity. With the shorties, you outside with your Glock out 45, fresh off a beer. Probably had to cop out while you was locked. We was outside. Belling out strikers with switches to clear the block out. Yeah, it's different now. We don't care about your bodies or what you did in county. You coming home to find out your block ain't your block no more. You so old that your ops ain't even your ops no more. If it fuck me, then the feeling is mutual. I seen the money in these crystals like I'm seeing the future. I beat my cases like they rapping, I'm the producer. I keep one up, my gun stay cocked like I'm a rooster. Y'all doing this mediocre, I'm being generous. These chicken ticket for real, I'm exposing they tenderness. Put a red dot on your head like you flying with Emirates. I don't know, we must in the up like a Confederate. This supposed to be the intro, I'm happy to finally meet. Purple hearts for the war we fight, ain't no facing defeat. I found solace in my artistry, they done disturb my peace. And found out they ain't poking the bell, they done woke up the beast. The crack. Yeah, what's crack? What's happening? So double up. And it's still free Lido, nigga. Yeah. Yeah.
Nexxlegacy.
Do you love American music? Have you ever heard of The Turkey Fought Back, Twerking with a Twang, or A Song About Us? Danaya Azure Radio is now sponsored by UncleRyano.com. You can check out all of these incredible international hits and grab some phenomenal merch at www.UncleRyano.com. They have gear for the entire family. T-shirts, hoodies, koozies, travel mugs, mouse pads, and so much more. That's www.UncleRyano.com. Tell them Danaya Azure sent you.
Run wide open till the day I can't take no more. Run wide open, pedal to the metal till it hits the floor. Every day the world is turning, both ends of the candle burning. Won't be no lollygagging, got rockets on my wagon. If you're gonna ride, better jump on board. And you and I will fly in
searching for the perfect gift? Or do you just need a unique statement piece for yourself? Well, either way, Danaya Azure help you out. What you need is the S4S jewelry collection by Danaya Designs for You. S4S stands for Strictly for a Stage. Stand out at your next photo or video shoot. Snag that magazine cover. Go from being a part-time extra to an actor or actress who stays booked. Or just be the talk of the town at every event. Danaya Designs for You jewelry is handcrafted and Chicago made for men, women, and children. To start your collection, simply go to www.danayaazure.com. That's www.danayaazure.com. That's www.danayaazure.com.
Nexxlegacy.